Week 10.
Week fucking 10.
Yay, Falltallica.
Still at
It's
it.
still on.
We're almost at the finishing line, though. A little bit longer to go.
Yep. Today is Death Magnetic.
Death Magnetic.
Death Magnetic. Their last real album.
Yeah, pretty much. Death Magnetic's pretty interesting. I will say that I kind of find the songs a little samey.
I wouldn't disagree. I like Death Magnetic. It reminds me a lot of Injustice for All.
Okay.
As it's long, it's more progressive with a lot of thrash elements.
Yeah, I just feel like all the songs, for the most part, felt they kind of all follow the same template of the song structure, and also just the general sound of the album. I feel like there was like a certain tone that they were going for with every single song, but that kind of makes everything sound very similar. Like if you hear a song off this album, you know it's like, oh, this is a Death Magnetic song because it has a certain tone to it.
Yep.
Whereas I find some other albums, they don't necessarily have like a certain style that they have that is restrictive to that one album. Like, I mean, obviously if you hear something that's a bit like more hard rock than metal, you know it's a later song. But
yeah,
like, I mean, you know, I could listen to something like Creeping Death, and if I didn't know any better, I'd be like, oh, well, this could be from any of the first few albums.
Yeah, I get
it's
that.
From Lightning, but
you know, the one thing that Death Magnetic did bring back was thrash.
yeah,
This was their first thrash album since Injustice for All.
they brought back solos
Hey.
against Lars's wishes, I'm sure.
Kirk does shit. It's different.
He doesn't just have to show up and play a little bit and then leave. He actually gets to have a solo.
Yeah,
you know, do some work.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I guess we will now rank these songs.
All right.
Number 10.
I have Broken Beat and Scarred.
I have Broken Beat and Scarred.
Hey.
Yeah.
So song's okay. It's a little generic. It's nothing memorable at all.
No, definitely not. That's pretty much all I was thinking of when I thought of it. It's like, oh, this is pretty forgettable.
Yeah, it exists.
Exactly. Number 9.
Cyanide.
I have The Unforgiven 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Cyanide, it's a bit more memorable than Broken Beat and Scarred. It's played live a lot more.
Yeah,
but I just think there's a lot of better songs off this album. It's okay, but like the riff's okay. It's nothing special. The solo's okay. It's nothing special.
Okay.
I just think that everything that Cyanide does is done a bit better somewhere else on the album.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and I have The Unforgiven 3 at 9, just because I wasn't really that into it. I see you nodding your head. I didn't even find it as interesting as Unforgiven 2, and I don't even like Unforgiven 2. Like, I'm not saying Unforgiven 2 is better than it. This is obviously better than 2, and 1 is obviously the best one.
Yes.
But I still am not a super huge fan of 3.
All right.
So
We'll talk about that a bit later.
yeah, we'll talk about Cyanide a bit later too.
Okay. At number 8, what you got?
I have the Judas Kiss.
I have the End of the Line.
Alrighty.
So, End of the Line, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, it has some pretty good riffs. It's okay. There's nothing that really stands out.
Yeah. I kind of felt that way about Judas Kiss.
Mm.
I thought it was. It kind of felt like the samey style that I was kind of alluding to before we started ranking. Just kind of sounded like, oh, a Death Magnetic track, and it didn't feel like it really stood out for me.
Yeah.
But I thought the solo was really good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that's about it for me. That's all I really saw in it. So I didn't get too much value out of it from myself.
All right. Number 7.
Number 7.
I have the Judas Kiss.
I have Suicide and Redemption.
Okay. So, kind of what you said about Judas Kiss, I like it a bit better than End of the Line, just because I like the riff a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But like those two songs kind of are in the same kind of place for me, just because they're both a bit longer. They both have some good riffs, but you know that's about it. They're like, if these two were close to each other on the album, it would seem almost like the same type of song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kind of find for like the album. That's what I was saying. How I find that if I wasn't paying attention, a lot of things could blend together.
All right, now let's go with your instrumental hate here.
it's not instrumental hate. There's still a few songs below it. I actually, if I wanted to hate on it, I'd put it at like number 9. But instead, I chose to hate on the Unforgiven 3. No, I thought that it was an enjoyable listen, and I thought it showed off the style that they were going for the album pretty well. Like, just this, like current day Metallica. What their thrash style in the 2000s and 2010s are, and I didn't hate it.
All right.
All right then.
Yep.
Number 6.
I have My Apocalypse.
I have That Was Just Your Life.
Okay.
Man, our rankings are so different.
Oh,
here.
they are.
I thought That Was Just Your Life has a lot of good energy and it's a good start off the album, pump up the energy song, and just a positive song.
Yep. My Apocalypse. It's the most thrash. It's probably the simplest song on this album. It's not progressive at all. Mm-hmm. For me, this song kind of reminds me of Dyer's Eve in that way, where it ends off a really progressive album and just a thrash 5-minute song.
Yeah, definitely. I find it's not the first time that this album pulls inspiration from other albums or other songs, but
I think this album pulls a lot of influence from Injustice for All in general.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, the last 2 songs are a 10-minute instrumental followed by a 5-minute thrash song.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is exactly what they do with Justice.
Yep.
But yeah, My Apocalypse, it's good. I like pretty much from these songs in, I like these songs quite a bit.
Yeah, I would say the same. I would say right now it's number 6 is where I would say everything from here on in is good listens.
Yes.
But anything else to add, or you want to go to number 5?
That's pretty much what I got.
Sweet. Well then, number 5.
Number 5, I have Suicide and Redemption.
I have End of the Line.
All right. So Suicide and Redemption, I like this instrumental. It's good. It shows exactly what you said. It shows the style of the album. Yeah. I think both Kirk and James are really good on this track. It's not my favorite of the instrumentals. In fact, I'd probably place it 3rd or 4th out of the big 4 instrumentals, because I like Orion and I like Call of Cthulhu a lot more. But it's good. It does well for the album. It's nice that in my opinion, I like that they've done an instrumental since the last one they did was 89.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. It is good to see another instrumental.
Yep.
And I have End of the Line at 5 because the solo was pretty different. I really enjoyed it. And other than that, I thought it was a pretty well-rounded song.
Yeah.
So, good.
Alright, so number 4. What you got?
4. I have Cyanide.
Okay, I have The Unforgiven 3.
Well, there's complete switch.
Yeah.
So for Cyanide, this is the one that I actually just edited before we went into recording. I had this at 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be like Cyanide, That Was Just Your Life, and End of the Line. But ever since between making these notes and doing this right now, I've had the chorus of Cyanide stuck in my head a lot. Mm-hmm. So I think for that reason alone is why I moved it up. I thought it had some really good riffs in it. It was a really nice, groovy listen, and obviously I found it pretty catchy. I originally did not like this song at all. I remember hearing it for the first time actually on a drive we were on, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
But it grew on me. I wouldn't say it's my favorite off the album, but it grew on me.
Alright, so Unforgiven 3. I really like the Unforgiven 3. I think it's a huge improvement over Unforgiven 2. Mm-hmm. I think that the piano opening at the beginning is fantastic. It gives like a different style and contrast to the album. Mm-hmm. I find it like almost a deeper version of Unforgiven. Like it's really good. I like that. Like it's a bit longer than the other two, so they get to show a bit more styles, and it's not a direct like copy of the first one, kind of like the second one was.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like the Unforgiven 3. Fun fact, James thinks it's the best Unforgiven.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good for James.
Good for you, James.
Good for you, James. Yeah, mine's still number 1.
Mine's probably number 1, but 3 is up there. Like, I really do like 3.
How can you not love 2? You're Unforgiven 2.
I like Unforgiven 2, but yeah, it's a
little corny.
It's clearly the weakest of the 3.
Yeah. That was number 4, right?
Yep.
All right, we're on to number 3.
What you got?
My Apocalypse.
I have The Day That Never Comes.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. So for My Apocalypse, I don't really have much more to add to it than what you said. We've said that it was pretty inspired by Justice, where just go for pure thrash and off the album.
Yep.
Not proggy at all.
Yep.
my history of ranking just overly aggressive thrashiness comes through here, and I really, really liked it. So,
Yep.
boop, number 3.
Yep. Day That Never Comes, or 1 Part 2.
I thought it was more like Fade to Black Part 2, but with a little bit of, but like it's like half 1, half Fade to Black.
It's a slow song for the first 4 minutes that goes into a big solo at the end that is about war.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like the structure of the song is very much like one, especially with the ending solo. But then if you listen to the riffs, I swear to God, some of the riffs are basically just Fade to Black.
Yeah, okay. So was 1.
Yeah. They all sound... Well, I'm not saying they all sound
literally
similar.
The first couple notes of Fade to Black and the first couple of notes of 1 are the same.
Yeah.
But still, like, they're both really good songs, and I also really like The Day That Never Comes.
Yeah.
Like, they do that style well. And the solo was great on it.
Yes.
Like, the solo was fantastic.
I do really love the solo on it.
Yes.
For sure. Number 2.
Number 2, what you got?
I have All Nightmare Long.
I have All Nightmare Long.
There you go.
All Nightmare Long is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, it's very fast paced.
Yep.
It's very I find it pretty catchy as well.
Oh yeah, it's catchy. Again, another one for this one is I really like the solo.
Yeah, the solo is really
the solo is really good.
Yeah. I made note that I feel like this is that one song from the album that really personifies what the album was going to be about and what the style they were going for. So this is to Death Magnetic what Saint Anger was to Saint Anger, basically, when we were talking about it last week.
Except I actually like Death Magnetic.
I mean, fair. But yeah, no. This song was around a lot when it first came out. It was obviously since Metallica have the status that they do now, and then their first big thrash single in God knows how long, 20 years almost.
Yeah,
probably would have been by that point. So it was pretty cool to hear them around again, and that song definitely got into my head before even listening to the album, before really even diving into Metallica at all. So
yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah,
good riff.
Yeah.
Oh, number 1.
Number 1.
I have That Was Just Your Life.
I have The Day That Never Comes.
Speaking of good riffs, I think this is the best riff by far in the album.
It's a really good riff.
It is a fantastic riff. It's probably my favorite riff that they've done since Sandman. Because, yeah, Sandman is overrated, but you can't deny that riff.
Oh, no, definitely.
And I just really like this riff. Like, that riff is the first thing you... Well, not the first thing you hear in the album, but, like, it starts with a really slow opening that just builds up to what the song's going to give you, and then once that main riff hits, you're sold, in my opinion. And I really like the chorus. I really like the solos. The song just kind of hits on every level for me. It's completely personal opinion. Yeah, I think the average person would probably say All Nightmare Long.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, I had All Nightmare Long at number 1 until very shortly. Yeah. When I just realized I really like this one more. It was actually when I learned how to play the riff on guitar. I was like, I really fucking like this song.
Is it a fun riff to play?
It's an incredibly fun riff to play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And I went with The Day It Never Comes at 1. The other big song off the album.
Yeah.
As we said about it drawing inspirations heavily from 1 and from Fade to Black, I feel like that though, just like those songs, this one's another classic, good prog Metallica song.
Yep.
I feel like in my opinion, it was the best example of the prog off of this album. Yeah. I thought it was really top tier for that. I think it really personifies what Metallica style is nowadays. Yeah. Like, it's not just aggressive and angry and loud. It's obviously still aggressive and loud at points, but then it still has a more soulful, more 90s style Metallica vocal style and tone to the song. Yeah. So I thought it was like the perfect combination, the perfect culmination even of Metallica's career up until that point, and then here we are in the 2000s, and this is Metallica today. Yeah. And The Day That Never Comes is like the song that personifies it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and like That Was Just Your Life. The main reason I like it is I think it's a great opening track to Metallica in the late 2000s.
Definitely. It was like
it's a great introduction to, reintroduction to thrash.
Exactly. Like obviously I didn't listen to this when it first came out, but I'm just imagining listening to this when it first came out and hearing that, and then it's just like, we're back. Yeah. We're back to thrash. Yeah. It feels good.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Death Magnetic.
It was a good.
It's good. Yeah. I think I like this album a bit more than you do, but
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I thought this was solid.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the sameness that I kind of noticed, it kind of takes away from me
Yeah.
a little bit, but there's still a good amount of songs
There is
on
some
here.
good songs on this album, definitely. And it's definitely a high point after a couple low tier albums.
Yeah, definitely. That's undoubtedly.
Yep.
You know, this album's so good that anytime I want to listen to Ride the Lightning, I just turn on this album instead. Inside jokes.
Inside jokes. You don't get this.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's electric.
Yeah.